What is going on, you guys? So it is week 13 for the Torres sisters. We took the last 2 weeks off for the holiday. The girls are on their way in right now. They've got their weigh-ins. They're going to talk about their vacation. So over the last 2 weeks, the girls have really not worked out at all. I think Tiffany may have ran a couple times, and they have not been with me. So we haven't had the accountability or anything like that. I wanted to give the girls 2 full weeks off to enjoy the holidays and to do their own thing for a little while. So I'm excited to see how they held up through all of this. Let's see if they're here. They should be here by now. Let's find out. They're here. Oh, hey, girls.
Sorry.
T.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Buenos dias.
Good. Buenos dias. I was just telling everybody you guys have had 2 weeks off.
Yep. Yeah.
How are we feeling?
Good.
So what were your guys' goals for yourself kind of over the holidays? Like, talk to us about, was it more about maintenance? Was it about enjoying your holiday?
Well, me and T decided together for,
at least for
Christmas Day, that we were like, you know what, just one day, we're gonna bake cookies and we're gonna enjoy and have like at least one good yummy dessert. And we were like, yeah, who cares? Like, we've been working so hard, we deserve like a little cheat. And so I feel like since we said that, like, I feel like it's very, like you always say, it's like mentality or whatever, and I feel like my like mental thing has been like, you know, like no cheating, eat good, blah blah blah. And so I feel like since we said that to each other, like Tiffany's been doing great, but like since we said that, like in my mind I was like, oh, this one day, okay, so let me just like, you know, like have something over here, have like in and out one day too, like whatever. It's not gonna, like, I have 2 weeks off to do whatever. But so I feel like I kind of let myself go a little bit, but then at the same time, I would still, like, I wouldn't purge the whole day and, like, binge eat, but, like, I would maybe, like, have a treat a couple times more than I normally would, so.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this year over last year, right? Because it's all about making these habits and making these changes.
Oh, yeah.
What is the difference in your holiday this year and how you guys went about your activity and your food versus last year?
I feel like it was just like always in our mind. Like last year, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't think twice about having an extra cookie or the next day more
Like
heavier foods. But I feel like this year it was always in the back of our mind. Like, yeah, we're like whatever, I'm gonna have a cookie. But we also like I still didn't have soda.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So like we tried to make healthier decisions, but still, like, I feel like we were not even realizing we were still trying to we were still trying to make healthy decisions, but we didn't. It wasn't because like we were like forcing her to. It's kind of just habit now.
Yeah,
habit
naturally. Yeah. And also I feel like last year, well, like for me per se, like I had a 3-month-old baby, so like I feel like my body was still healing, and I just didn't give a shit about anything. So I was eating whatever I wanted. Like, I was used to eating like how I was when I was pregnant still, and like consuming so much, and like obviously like I just like, you know, I didn't care at that time because I was like nursing my baby and staying home, and I wasn't working, and I literally wasn't like working out at all.
Anything.
And I was just at home with my baby, constantly feeding her, and eating tamales. And this year we didn't make any tamales for our family. Yeah, and we had chicken pozole, so we did kind of like a semi-healthier alternative.
That's good, you guys.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know. I was also working a lot, so I feel like I either didn't eat for long periods in time, and then I would come home and have like 3 cookies and be like, oh, feel super gross the next day. But then I was like, I don't know. I feel like this past week I've been eating better. But besides that, I think we'll see what damage we did or not.
So
hopefully.
I mentioned earlier that I took the 2 weeks off with you guys too, so I gave you guys 2 weeks to not have the accountability. I mean, I didn't push you guys away, but I wasn't on your guys' case about things. So I'm interested to see how the scale goes with you guys not having all that accountability.
Yeah.
All right?
All right.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's gear up for our scale.
Me? You want me to go first? Oh, okay.
I'll go first. Just have fun.
Yeah.
All right. So T's on the scale. T, what'd you weigh last week?
212.4.
Okay, so that was on the 17th. Oh, 209.2?
Yeah.
All right, so 212.4, 209.2, that's a 3.2 pound loss?
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm pretty proud of myself because I did have a lot of candies and there's just stuff everywhere. But I feel like I had a little bit like less than I normally do.
Yeah.
But I think
you didn't eat bad.
it's trying to find good balance. Yeah, like I feel like I would start good, eat healthy, like egg whites, you know, low carb, and then the evening was a little bit harder.
All right, so T has that 3-pound loss.
Yay!
That's about a pound
good.
a week, a little bit more. A pound a week, T. That's good.
I feel like I was also like kind of not struggling, but maybe not losing that much. So maybe it like kind of jump started a little. Who knows?
Who knows? On top of that, did you work out?
I didn't, but I also work. I don't know. No, I didn't. I tried to go for a run. I went for a run New Year's Eve, but I didn't do anything on Christmas week. But I did work like long hours, so I was like running around all over the place because it was so busy.
That's all good. You guys had the time off, so
Yeah.
all good. All right, Heather. All right, Heather. What did you weigh last time?
I was 151.4.
Okay, so week 11, 151.4. Week 13, 152.8.
Yep.
So 152.8.
It's like in like a pound and a couple ounces.
A pound and a half there, a little bit less than that. All right, Heather.
Yeah, woohoo.
Okay, so
I gained a pound for Thanksgiving.
true.
A couple.
So the biggest thing here is the holidays, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm just really excited about it because obviously I'm not. But no, you guys, a lot of the times the victories are not in the numbers on the scale, right? So a lot of the times when you guys are coming into this new lifestyle, we have to remember you guys are less than 3 months into it. It's not about not gaining weight over the holidays. Or I'm sorry, it's not about losing weight over the holidays. Sometimes it's about making those better decisions with your family, with your friends.
Yeah.
And so I'm not upset about anything. But now you guys can see the difference
Yeah.
in what it was like to have all this accountability and have this regimen versus not. But the good news is that now that you guys are coming back to it, the change in everything, again, giving your body a little bit of rest and then bringing back everything that you were doing will help really get your body going again.
Yeah.
Right? So time off's not always a bad thing, and not seeing huge jumps to the scale isn't always a bad thing. But it is a new year, and you guys are ready to get it going. All right, so ladies, we are going to get after our workout. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Here we go. Girls are getting geared up on the treadmill. How we doing? Bueno. T, how you doing?
Good.
All right, so part 1 of today's workout, the girls are on the treadmill. They've got a 2-minute little warm up here after they've already done their stretching and things like that. So we got 2 minutes on the treadmill. They'll be breaking up today's workout with the treadmill. So after they finish their 2 minutes, they're gonna head out to the floor. They are doing dumbbell squats, side lunges. Tiffany's ready over here. Side lunges and quad extensions. They're gonna hit 3 rounds on those 3 exercises, and they're gonna bring it back to the treadmill before they go to their upper body circuit.
Sorry, my treadmill's making so much noise.
You're fine. Make your noise, girl. Make your noise. Nothing less than 15 pounds. There we go.
These I can just hold at my side,
Yep.
right?
Yep. All right, girls, we're gonna try not to wait for each other because we don't want to back up on equipment.
Oh my god.
Good, hips back. Good, Heather, really track the hips back. Hips back. There you go.
I'm sore.
What are you sore from?
When I worked out like 2 days ago.
Oh, that's right. Heather did work out
a
this
day
week.
and a half ago yesterday.
I forgot you worked out.
Yeah. This is
We
only
just
my
told everybody you haven't worked out.
Well, this is my second workout of the year.
We're on day 4, is that right, of the year? Is it the 4th day?
How many?
15, T. Good,
Okay.
hips back. Good, and just keep your chest up.
I'm sure that was 15.
I'll do one more.
Make sure you count because you know everyone in the comments is going to count.
Okay.
If you don't count, they will. Side lunges, T, 10 and 10.
Oh, yeah.
Side lunges. So you may need a bigger space than that, babe. There you go. T, show us what a side lunges. There you go.
Is that right?
Yep, and we're going to alternate sides. Big push to the opposite side. Good, hips back. So really try and straighten that left leg right now. Hip goes back like you guys are trying to find an imaginary chair behind you. There you go. Work within your range of motion.
Oh, I'm done. I got it.
See, we're kind of side squatting. Let's try and lengthen that leg. If you want to use a TRX, we can. There you go. Side squat. Good. So Heather, as soon as you finish that, you're going to right to 15 quad extensions.
Okay.
There you go, T. Hip goes back. Ladies, have you thought about your goals for 2020?
You know, everyone keeps asking me that, and I don't know, like, I want to say, like, fitness and health, but, like, I feel like I already started that in 2019. So.
Okay, so it's not a 2020 goal. Do you have any kind of habit goals you want for fitness and health in 2020?
Maybe to just, like, make myself go do things, like,
What does that mean?
by myself, like, without, like, just,
Like be active by yourself.
yeah, like, be active by
Like
myself.
less sitting at home.
Yeah,
And not waiting for me?
yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Oh, quads go. T-Bear, how we doing?
I lost track, so I was just gonna stop.
Okay. Okay. Heather, go. She's right behind you, babe. Yep, right to that. Let's go catch up to Heather.
Okay.
T, what are your 2020 fitness goals? Or health goals? It could be nutrition related. Doesn't have to be.
It could be what?
Could be nutrition related.
Yeah, I feel like I like eating healthy. I'd like to know like maybe more options that are available because I like to cook. I just want to figure out maybe.
So that sounds like maybe your goal should be cooking.
Yeah.
And then what are good,
I think more meal prepping
Okay.
too because I feel like it's easy to get lazy and not want to cook.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know yet. I really have to think about it. I obviously want to be skinny.
Heather, right back to squats. Just running's in between.
Ah!
So T, where are some places that you can find healthy foods and recipes?
Pinterest?
Yeah. Google.
Google?
Okay, so that being a goal for you in 2020, you know what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And how often do you want to cook?
3,
4.
4.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
She's mad at me that I'm having this conversation with her while she's trying to work out.
I just can't do 2 things at once, I guess.
You can.
I can. I don't know how to put
Exercise
the
the
weight up.
body and the minds.
Are you keeping track? Because I don't know.
5, 4 more. 4, good. Last 3. That's 3.
I know.
2 more, T. Come on, push through. All right, babe, right back to the squat. Push through. We'll talk about goals after.
Okay. I just can't. I'm very bad at saying what I want.
All right, girls, here we go. We got round 2 now, so we just hit the treadmill again. Round 2, you guys have 15 presses, 15 battle rope slams, and 15 rows. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go. Good, good, good. Get it, T. So remember, as soon as you finish that, we drop our dumbbells and go right to our battle rope slams right in front of you guys. Let's go, Heather. Get it, Tiffany. Get it, T. Awesome job. Heather's going right to her rows. Good. Really engage that core. Back between the shoulder blades. Good. Tight core. Awesome job. You got it, T. Good. Let's stay out of the trap. So think together and down towards the glutes. There you go. Together, down towards the glutes. Good. See, let's walk our feet back just a hair. There you go.
Oh,
So you're not doing the cliffhanger lean.
okay.
Good. And hands at your side, babe. Heather's doing them differently, but yep, there you go. Good. Good job. Heather's going right back to the top of her workout. Awesome, T. Come on.
15, right?
Yep, almost there. You got it, come on. Beautiful job, girls. Right to belt, or what you, right to presses. Awesome job. So T's gonna be doing 5 trap bar deadlifts, and then she's gonna walk it down. Heather's gonna grab it from her at the end. Heather will bring it back. Here's the fun part, the girls have 5 rounds of this. 5 rounds. Good, T's shoulder blades back. Control it. Awesome job. It's cold out here today. Good, T. Good, good. We got some real uneven ground over here.
Should I go here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Or over here, maybe. Just up. Okay.
Just drop it, yeah.
Sorry.
Good. Oh, Heather's got it. That's fine. So he's got to get out of it. Heather, you're up. All right. 5 reps. Awesome. Let's go. All right, so girls are going to complete their first one. And then we got to go round 2. Girls, we got 5 of these.
Just finished our workout with Kristen. A good welcome back after 2 weeks of being off.
That felt really good.
Yeah.
It was like, we almost missed working out, right?
Yeah.
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 So we're excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a surprise from Kristen. We have no idea what it is. So yeah, stay
We're
tuned.
excited.
All right, you guys, we are here with part 2 of our video. So we are in the new year, and I have a little special something planned for the girls.
Yes.
We are in Huntington Beach at Repair Sports Institute with a dear friend of mine, Chris Isner. He's a performance nutritionist. He's going to meet with the girls today, give them some tips for the new year, help them dial in their nutrition. Chris, we are here.
How's it going?
Guys, this is Chris Eisner.
Nice to meet
Performance
you.
Nutritionist here with the girls. This is
Chris.
Tiffany.
Nice to meet you, Tiff.
Heather.
Heather, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. Well, welcome to Repair Sports Institute.
Before we get started, you guys, we've got the Rare Breed apparel, the brand new girls crop. Chris has the men's black on black.
Oh yeah, most comfortable shirt I own right here. It's the only shirt that's extra large that I actually can wear and feel comfortable in. Hugs me the right way. I mean, Kevin, Pitbull, you're doing something right. I need a couple, 2, 3, 4,000 more of these actually.
Hey, we might be able to do it for you.
Yeah, shut that out.
Guys, we'll throw a code up there for you. You guys can go on rarebreed.com, enter the code, give you guys a little bit of discount. So before we get started with the girls, I'm excited because as you guys know, the girls have had the last 2 weeks off. So we gave them that 2 weeks off on purpose to give them, as Chris calls it, a diet break.
Yes.
They've been working their butts off for 11 and a half weeks now. And it was time for them to actually take a step back and allow their body a little bit of time off. And as you guys know, my main profession is personal training, and the girls have done a great job so far, but I'm excited to now have them sit down with somebody who's an actual expert in the nutrition realm. Chris is a performance nutritionist. He's the absolute best at what he does, and he's gonna dial the girls in a little bit more specifically now. So Chris, what are they gonna go through today?
Yeah, great. No, nice to meet everybody. I'm excited to sit here and get to work with the ladies. And today we're going to talk about lifestyle, scheduling, obviously what their daily goals for intake and protein, but also education of really how fuel or food is affecting their body as they eat it, and how it's either helping them or maybe hindering them from getting to their goal. Okay, so both you ladies have done a great job, getting through as the first phase of your transformation. You've been able to take a couple week break, which is actually required when it comes to dieting. And the main reason why that is because your metabolism will adjust. Our bodies burn a certain amount of calories internally based off of age, lean body mass, structure, male, female. So when we don't eat enough calories, right, or when we're in a diet, if we don't take a break from that diet, our metabolism will just adjust to where that's our new norm. And guess what? If we want to lose more weight, we have to eat even less calories. And that's where you start to hear or see, even on Instagram, right, the ladies that are eating 800, 900 calories a day trying to lose weight. It's because unfortunately their metabolism is shut down, burning calories the natural way, which could be even like regenerating your skin, regenerating your hair, our nails, how's my skin look. All that is affected, all takes energy. So when we don't give our body enough energy to do all the other things that we want it to do on top of breathe and have our heartbeat, it'll stop doing all those things because it's only going to focus on what it matters, which is heart beating, lungs breathing. So yeah, so I'm glad that both you ladies were able to take a break and enjoy it per se, right? So we're getting into phase 2, and that's getting back into a structured and just understanding a routine and with eating. And both of your guys' journeys are kind of a little bit different. I know you have experience tracking macros and trying to hit certain goals. And I know with you, you've been just kind of going off a certain plan with some, you can do some substitutions, of course, but, tell me what to eat and I'll eat it type of thing. And that worked well for you, right? For you, my opinion for you, your next phase would be getting to that point where you're starting to track and understand what certain foods are and how they affect your body. And same with you is continuing to track your macros, but understanding why it is I'm eating certain foods and how it's either affecting me or hindering me, so to speak, from my goal. I want to talk a little bit about macros and the different types of foods and ultimately why we should eat them or what the goal of the purpose of eating them. I know everybody's heard of protein and carbohydrates and fats, healthy fats. So when it comes to macros or when it comes to clients, protein is the #1 macronutrient when it comes to any really type of lifestyle sustainability. And the reason why that is science shows us and tells us that it's the only thing that we eat that contains nitrogen, which is the chemical that is required in order to build muscle and or cellular regeneration, our hair, our nails, our eyes, our skin. So that's why when people have a protein deficiency or in third world countries, they start to get bloated, their skin starts to sag, is because their bodies can't actually regenerate what it needs to regenerate. So that's why you always hear every coach or trainer, protein, eat your protein, right? Carbohydrates are our body's #1 fuel source, right? But more important than just fuel source and not just the workouts, fuel sources for thinking, cognitive memory, being quick and witty at our job, right? Did I forget that? Did I really turn the stove off? Did I grab her extra bottle? All things that can happen when we're not eating enough carbohydrates in our diet and we're requiring our body to work on healthy fats or stuff. And then healthy fats. Fats are used in our body to obviously help restore our ligaments, our elbows, our knees, but it's our hormonal balance. So when you don't eat enough healthy fats in your diet, that's when we can start seeing spikes or changes. That's where ladies have issues with the time of the month. They lose it. And that's because they aren't eating enough healthy fats or eating enough calories. So once you understand and you kind of get an idea of what you're eating and what is each, that's when you can start to learn and use that when you go out to eat, making sure you're still hitting your goal.
So I have some questions, Chris. I just want to know what are good proteins I can eat and what are good fats, because I feel like I just don't. I don't know.
No, that's a great question. She asked me what are some good protein sources and what is a good healthy fat choice to have. And I'll start with the protein. So good healthy protein choices for myself is obviously chicken, turkey, top sirloin beef because it's a lean type of beef. But then you also have yogurt, right? Greek yogurt is a good source of protein. Cottage cheese is a great source of protein. So there is protein in dairy, of course. Edamame, soy, quinoa. So those are all different types of foods that have a good protein source in them. Healthy fats, the general terms get most of that from the meats that I eat as well, right? So when you think of a ground beef or what have you, the 80-20, that 20% is a healthy fat. It's a natural fat. So depending on people's goals, you can, if somebody's trying to bulk, they want to eat the 80-20. So yeah, healthy fats come from that, or avocado, coconut oil, yeah, cooking oils, things to that nature. And then carbohydrates come from, well, obviously stick with like the fruits, the rices, the grains, stuff that comes from the ground on a plant or from a bush, as we kind of, but that's not, it's not everybody can do that every single time, and I don't do that every single time.
Right.
We live in the real world where, the Nature Valley granola bars are easy to smash, and we will, and that's a carb source, so,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
So I feel like I know all the proteins and carbs and stuff, but how do I measure how much I should have at one time? Or, because I feel like a lot of people say you can have like as much protein as you want, or try to do like protein only to like lose.
Yeah.
Right?
And there is a little science behind that.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's basically our body works harder to break down protein.
Okay.
So technically you're, making it work harder to break protein, and it's harder to convert into fat. But to answer your question, how do you track food? Obviously there's the scale, the good old fashioned scale, which you can do at home.
Yeah.
I don't ever suggest to clients to bring a scale with them unless they're a professional bodybuilder, right? And we're getting ready for a show. But when it comes to lifestyle, like I won't carry a scale. And so that's really where it comes down for me, hand tools or hand measurements.
Yeah.
The number one that's always taught is the size of your palm, right? If I was to cut my fingers off, sorry for my workout hands, if I was to cut my fingers off, this is roughly around the size of 4 ounces of protein, right? If I was to close my fist, this is 1 cup of carbohydrates. Right? That's like the size, if you were to scoop a cup of rice, it's about that size. And then with healthy fats is our thumb, right? This is about 1 teaspoon of healthy fats. Peanut butter, avocado, almond butter, that type of stuff. So those are usually, that's the 3 basic tools I teach when we're out eating, because it's everybody, we can either take a picture of our food, right, for Instagram, but you can, quickly kind of put your hand down there and get a good visualization. And let's say it's too big, you can cut that off and kind of put it to the side or give it to your boyfriend, right? Because he likes to eat more. And that way you kind of know. I want to mention, though, that even if you track every single calorie correctly, weighed out to the nanogram, it's still going to have a 10% variance. And that's just how it's put together on nutrition labels. Is that it's just an average, right? It's not like they're actually getting the exact fat content of every single 80-20 ground beef. It's an average of that. So that's why when it comes to tracking our food, we do that so we can get an average of what we're eating and how we're eating. Right. So you'll never be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Yeah. It's just about consistency.
Okay.
When it comes to lifestyle or, clients, combine or pros, I tell them this, and, a pizza or a Coke isn't going to keep you from making a team, but a pizza and Coke isn't going to help you make a team.
Right.
But that's because it's for a certain goal, With us, our goal is to live as long as we can, right? Be a great example, parents, look great naked maybe, right? Like those are our goals. So that comes down to just consistency. And consistency for me doesn't mean consistency like eating perfectly or consistently not choosing a soda, but consistently making a daily action that my health is important to me. Right. And that's where the psychology aspect comes into it, because being a mother and being a nurturer by trade, and even with you, I'm sure your job entails of you taking care of somebody somehow, some way. It's real easy, and it's actually normal for you girls to go, no, I'm going to put them before me. Yeah. And guess what happens? We eat once a day. We end up going binge eating because we haven't eaten all day long, and we go home and we feel bad about it, and then we feel like crap the next day, and all of a sudden it's kind of perpetuated. So that's where the consistency of just saying, you know what, my health is important to me. My goals are important to me. It's not the scale, it's not that, it's the fact that I know that I'm getting healthier and I'm going to be around longer for the ones I love. I know we've talked a little bit off camera, but I want to make sure I let our followers or our viewers know that water is the key to life. There's that joke, if you're sick, drink water. If you're hurt, drink water. Walk it off, drink water. And that's because water is needed for every single thing that we do. If you're not drinking enough water, your body can't actually lose that weight, as we've talked about and I've experienced myself. You know, when we don't drink enough water, our body can't clear out all of those toxins, what we eat, but also what we breathe. So guess what? Our skin, you know, we get pimples, or, you know, our skin deteriorate, you know, coloration, stuff like that. And then most importantly is how we think and how we feel. You know, when we don't drink enough water, that's where anxiety seems to set in, because our body doesn't have enough liquid to be able to to fire correctly, if that makes sense. It's almost like oil in an engine, right? When you don't have oil, it seizes up. When we don't have enough fluids or water in our body, it can seize up, but it just stops communicating properly. So it affects us. So we want to make sure that, you know, we're drinking as much water as we can, and there's definitely things that we can do to stay on track with that. And that's no just, you know, carrying my gallon jug with me and forcing myself to drink it. You know, with clients, I always suggest to them, of course, you know, putting fruits and stuff in their waters, but Crystal Light, right? Hawaiian Punch, you know, 0 calorie, no sugar. Protein powder, you know, using water, that's all water that obviously counts towards your goal. And then here's the other thing, is water is in every single thing that we eat. Everything has water in it. So that's why with carbohydrates, here's a fun fact, is that there's 3 grams of water in every single gram of carbohydrate that we eat. So guess what? If you stop eating carbs, you're going to lose weight, because you're not putting as much water in your body. Right? So yeah, we want to drink water, and we want to stay consistent with it. We can add stuff, enhancers, to make it taste better, or to kind of get over that lack of taste. Yeah. So we've spent a good amount of time today talking about a variety of topics with nutrition, macronutrients, you know, water intake, goals, protein, how food affects us. Here's the good news, is there's no test, right? It's not, I don't expect clients or anybody to ever really remember everything. And that's where having a good coach comes in, because they can help friendly remind you. But I want to talk about just some of, like, you know, the quick tips, right? What are some quick tips that I give clients to stay on track? And the first and foremost one is, you know, our water intake. If we can get our water intake in daily, chances are, you know, the other stuff, there's a little more leniency into it, right? So make sure you get your water. The second tip is protein. You know, make sure when you sit down to eat, or if you go out to eat, that you eat your protein source first, right? So, you know, if the chips and the mashed potatoes and all the good stuff that tastes, we can enjoy that, but we want to make sure we get our protein in first. The reason why that is it makes it less likely to overeat, right? Protein makes us feel full. So if we eat all of our protein, we'll be more full, which hopefully we won't sit there and smash the whole box of chips like I will at Mikasa. Right? So that's another, you know, tip, is to make sure we get our protein goal in. The third tip is we want to try to get active every single day, whether it be going to the gym, which is amazing, but, you know, lifestyle, we can't. It's a day off. That's why you hear a lot about active recovery. All that really means is that we're still moving. You know, go for a walk with your daughter. You know, on your lunch break at work, or when you break, go do a lap around, you know, in the parking lot. Little things like that completely add up to what you're trying to do with your goal. And then the biggest tip I give to my clients is you have to forgive yourself. There's no such thing as perfection. You're not going to be on perfect plan, because if you were, you wouldn't even be on really a plan per se, right? So if there are times that you struggle, or you know, why did I eat the chip type thing, try to focus on all of the actions that you have taken. Try to think of all the lifestyle changes that you've made, getting up early in the morning, making my protein shakes, eating when I don't want to eat, and understand that it's just a process, and we need to get back on. There's no such thing as losing weight off of one meal or gaining weight off of one meal. So if we mess up on one meal, we haven't really messed up. We just got to get back on plan and keep it pushing. So those would be my quick tips for everybody.
Cool. That is a wrap on week 13 with the Torres sisters. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all the knowledge that this man over here dropped.
Thank you.
Chris, do you want to tell us all your social media, where everyone can find you?
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it was of value. You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is perform_nutrition. Or you can obviously check me out on my website, performnutritionusa.com. If you have any questions, you need anything, please hit me up. I'm always here to help. Let's make sure we're continuing to get 1% better today.
Yes, so you guys will also include Chris's information down below in the description also. So if you guys have any questions, comments, we're going to be doing more with this guy, and you guys can drop those in the comments. Until then, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications.